Hey guys, hey, sorry I missed a day there, but I was a little busy this weekend, so but wanted to jump on and uh, get some chess going. So yeah, let's play. All right, we start with the white pieces, and okay, we get a Petrov, so we'll take the classical version there. They take, and let's do this. Okay, um, but I think no, that doesn't work. That was let's see. Let's go here. Oh, maybe we should have done that. You know what? We should probably should have done D pawn. The D pawn's probably the better choice there. We're gonna play that game. Yeah. Let me go to the. And we'll see how this works out. Kind of wishing I'd went with the D pawn, but now I think he loses a pawn maybe because take. Take. Wait, let me think about this. Take. All right, wait a minute. Look, I think about this. Okay, so knight takes pawn. I'm down 2 points, and then I take, going back up 1, and he takes to even us out, but then I get with the queen, right? So don't we just win? I think this works, right? I'm thinking this works. Because he's got to take with the king now. And then we just take. Take, and then take, right? And we're just up a pawn. And the king can't castle. Um, we could trade the queen. Oh, we have to trade the queens now. We have to trade the queens now because we're pinned. Oh, we don't. Well, yeah, we're pinned. So that's fine. Um, just develop. Kind of. I think we just keep it simple. We're up a pawn, and we still have the opportunity to castle. So we just gonna make sure we don't do anything silly. I think So this C2 pawn is now unprotected. So I mean, I think we can just do this. And we're still up a pawn. It's going to damage our structure a bit, but I'm not terribly worried about it. Um, I think we can just castle. We can give a check, but it doesn't really do anything because we'll just move to the corner. Right? Yeah, there it is. I mean, okay, like don't really think there's a threat there. We do want to get our bishop out of there so we kind of get our rook connected and I'm not sure what are you threatening to triple my pawns? Is that the goal here? I mean, all right, we'll just give a check then and we've got our b2 pawn protected, so that's not really an issue. Um Um, let's see. I guess we get the rook off the file there, so it's not pinned by the. It's not. We don't have that threat. And yeah, we're gonna look to get our pawns moving so we can get our bishop out. Hmm. I mean, we're still a pawn up, so I think it's still got to be technically a good trade, right? Um. So now we just do this, right? Now we go back, and we could fix our pawn structure if he decides to make that trade. Undouble our pawns. That would be nice. He does not, which is the right thing to do. Um, We can go for a bishop trade, I think. This forks 2 pieces, right? Of course it, I mean, obviously he can just take. We're kind of counting on that. We'll kind of count on that 1 pawn advantage to hopefully. I think that just loses a bishop. Yeah. So then we'll just accept losing a pawn trade here, right? Just because we can't protect that pawn. Oh, yeah, I don't see it. That's fine. Take, protect. Right, like. And I think we can just start like pushing. Oh wait, did we just lose a pawn? I think we just lost a pawn doing that. Darn it. Unprotected my b3 pawn, right? Okay, didn't take, which was a mistake, because I think now I get the even trade. I mean, getting behind it now, I suppose. Okay. But now I can go here. Makes sense. Oh, but check. Right? Okay. Uh, hmm. Guess we can start pushing these pawns now. His king's completely stuck on that file. This pawn and this bishop are protecting each other. Right? So I suppose we just need to start walking the king, maybe. Actually, you know what? Maybe we just get the king over. Let's just get the bishop. I mean, oh gosh, the rook. Let's get the rook over here. Right? Yeah, we should get the rook over here. Oh, this guy gave me a compliment. Says you're pretty good. Thank you. If you're watching the stream, I'll give him a thanks. Appreciate that. And again, we are on our road from hopefully 700 to 800. We were down to 700, and we're looking to get ourselves back to an 800 elo. That is my goal. Time is pretty even. I think we've got everything pretty well protected. Okay, so now he unprotects that pawn, so I think we can just snag it without any real concern, right? Don't see anything too threatening there. Do have to watch out for, pawns. Gotta make sure his pawns aren't getting through, but I think we have enough of an advantage now where we should be pretty comfortable. Again, this pawn's protected, everything's protected, so this rook can pretty much go wherever we want. So I think we can just take this pawn now, no matter what he does, because that's protected. Yeah, I don't really think he has any serious threats. I guess a3 threatens a pawn. But yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape here. Okay, I mean, let's just go back. Still don't really see any threats. Our king has some space. So we should be able to get a win here. That would add 9 to our elo. Okay. This pawn's free. Everything seems to be protected. Don't see any real threats from him. And so we should be able to march a pawn up the board here and get a queen to make the checkmate easier. Hope the stream's working good. It says unstable, but don't quite know why. I think I was having stream issues, and I think I might have fixed them where it was actually like completely quitting on me. So hopefully that's not going to be an issue here. Oh, he says he's gonna resign. Does he want a rematch? I'll say sure. Sure, we can play again. All right, we'll play him again, and we can review these games later. This time we'll play black. He goes with a queen's pawn opening this time. We'll go ahead and just develop. And we'll kind of mirror a little bit here and put our rook there. I mean, I can't say the right pieces, man. Our bishop there. Offers a trade. I feel like this is a fine trade. It's early, but like, oh, but the queen's gonna come out. I don't know. Well, maybe it is a good trade. I think it's okay. Let's. Okay, let's keep developing. Okay, he's getting ready to castle early here, which makes sense. Can offer this trade and then get our queen developed. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Jumps in with the knight. So we could trade if we're worried about this knight getting in. Let's see, this spot doesn't work. This spot doesn't work. That spot doesn't work. I don't see any clear threats with this, so I'm just going to castle, I think. And move on. I don't see an obvious, like that's not, the queen isn't connected to the bishop, I mean the knight there, so yeah. Our knight could jump into e4 at some point. May do that. I would give a little more room for a queen to get out as well. But then it will probably get attacked, so I'm not sure that really does a whole lot. I think well, if we develop though, that's a trade if we develop there. I guess maybe develop here and go for this trade. I think that's better, just because we can get our queen up. We're kind of trying to get his pieces out of our territory here a little bit. And we're pretty well completed with development, except for getting our rooks over. So Interesting. He moves the king. I can't imagine that's the best move, but hmm. Interesting. Kind of thinking about like a c5. Kind of like a c5 move. Now that his king is kind of stuck in the center with that king move, I think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna try that. We'll see. I think it works. If it got that protected quite a few ways here, and okay, does take. We have two at stake. We can challenge the queen here. Are we letting anything in here? I don't think so. Should be okay. Queen has to move here. Oops. Sorry about that. All right. Yeah, let's just see. Oh, yeah, he said he meant the castle, so that was like apparently a misclick with the king there. So that's unfortunate. That happens. I misclicked not that long ago. Was it last stream or the stream before? Yeah, I definitely misclicked. So that can absolutely happen. Hmm. So now what do we do here? I feel like the queen could go to c7 pretty comfortably, protecting, putting a lot of pressure on other pieces, or protection on their knight and putting pressure. And then that gives room for our rooks to connect. So then the question is, where do we want our rooks? I mean, obviously c8 looks kind of good because it can work together with our queen potentially, and then I mean the d file would line up with the king. So yeah, we'll think about where we're going to put our rooks is the next order of business. We could get a low key threat here with our knights actually. Because if we trade a knight here, then we're threatening f2 there, right? So let's jump in and see how this goes. And yeah, if he doesn't take, we're threatening it now. So, okay, moves the king again. Um, hmm. I mean, the trade's probably not bad. Um, hmm. Yeah, let's go with the trade. Let's go with the trade there. And okay, he took with the queen. I think that's a mistake because I think that just gives me a free knight. Unless I'm missing something. Right? Okay. Challenges the queen right away. Um, we do have a check on h5. I don't know if it's useful. We don't want to get the queen trap. That's the only thing we do have to be a little careful about. Like, we can always move our f pawn though, right? So like, I feel like this is a way in a little bit. Like, might not be necessary. But I think it's okay. We definitely got to get our rooks in the game, though. Yeah, that would make sense, except I don't think that pawn is protected by anything, so I think we can safely just take it. And I definitely have a square out, right? F5 I can always go to if he threatens it. So, like, don't think that really accomplished anything for him necessarily. Okay. Now we have a fork on the queen and king, and I think that's gonna be pretty much the game. Yeah, that should be pretty. That should be the kind of the killer there, I think. Yeah, and we get to resign. So that's it's 2 in a row. He wants to play again. Should we just keep playing this guy? I think I'm fine with it. I think we should just keep playing him. Let's see how, if we have like a long match. Let's see how it goes. I mean, we're doing well against him, so we'll just keep. I want to see how we do here. Let's see what he goes with this time. Okay, now we can try. Let's try the old Ponziani. See how he does against that. Something different. I can tell he really wants to beat me, and he maybe he will, but we'll see. Last game, I mean, he misclicked on the castle, so really can't judge him too much by that game. That was unfortunate for him. That's not the right move, but it is a common one. It's one that most people think is good there. But it just isn't, because it just forces his bishop back. That doesn't work. That doesn't work, unfortunately. Not really sure what we're supposed to do after he makes that mistake. I mean, the queen can always go to a4. Oh yeah, because then when that's pawn blocks, then we go in and then we can, yeah, I think we go to a4. Yeah, I believe we go to a4 here. If he blocks with the pawn, I think we can take with the knight. Right? Wait, no, let me just, hold on. Okay, he does, all right, that's a better way to block. Okay, yeah, all right. I don't think I really have any other, oh, well, I can do this, right? That gets me developed. And since we're up a couple points of material here, we just got to make sure we don't do anything silly, and we should have an advantage to this game as well. I'm liking how the stream is holding up, so hopefully this is a good sign. I think I fixed what was the issue, potentially. I just had to do kind of a different source to get the screen. I think the way I was doing it, for whatever reason, Chrome and the browser I'm using and the streaming software just didn't like it, so we just had to do it a different way. But I'm still, oh, but this does, oh wait, oh, it works. I have to do this first though. I have to put the check on so that he can't, yeah, put the check on and then take, yeah, and we still retain that advantage. And now we just kind of go to basics because we're at material advantage. I'm just going to get castled, get developed. We are also threatening, have a threat here. So let's see what he does, and I'll tell you what that is. We are in a minute delay, so we're hopefully not getting stream sniped. Now that, I think, and this is the threat I was talking about, so I think we can do that. I don't see any reason not to. And I don't think he can save the rook unless I'm missing something. Don't know how he would save the rook because moving the knight doesn't work because he's didn't castle yet. And this is the thing about castling too late. You can definitely run into issues. And so definitely for us three-digit elo players, the early castling is I was highly recommended, I would say. Yeah. And we have that's 3 in a row. Let's see if he wants to play. He does want to play again. What did he say? What does he want to play again? No, wait. Yeah, he just said today was not my day. Yeah. Oh. just to say we all have those days. Good plan. All right, yeah. So we'll be all right. Let's I guess let's review one at least, so we aren't, we should review some games. Let's see. So we'll go to the review screen here. And we played that game at 90% accuracy. I mean, it was a short game, obviously, but we played at 90% accuracy with no mistakes. So that's pretty good, even for just a short game. It's still nice that we executed this correctly. Apparently, just getting the bishop there is actually the best move. That apparently isn't a good move. I wonder what's his. Okay, so getting that pawn there. Oh yeah, that actually I see why that works, because look, if I get this pawn here, then like, oh okay, no, I can just move back because he blocked his own. Yeah, so I don't think it's a problem, but it's not the best way to proceed there. Yeah. And then we just went, yeah. So, whoops. This guy we just played wants to be friends. Sure, we'll be friends. All right. So let's grab a different opponent here. And I'm gonna go over to the regular view, and we'll start another game. Okay, we get to be white against a 740. All right, we get a Scandinavian, so we will take and play the normal version here. Not totally sure what to do after that. I mean, I don't know what the main line is on there. I guess I should look, but I think I can get a pawn in the center. I don't see anything too wrong with that. We can probably get this bishop out, although we're not protecting this pawn anymore, so we gotta be a little bit careful. This might be a threat, not sure. It's not a threat yet. I don't think of anything really. It's logical. Starting to kind of ruin my pawn structure. I'm not sure what to do about it exactly. Oh, maybe this. Get our knights protecting here, and then maybe we'll kick the bishop. Okay. Should we just pass it? No, because we can right now, although, I mean, don't know how long that would last. If we kick the bishop now and he trade. Well, let's try it. I think we kick the bishop now. Let's see how this works. Let's go for the trade. He chooses to do that. But then this is threatening his queen twice, and we have, yeah, this, I don't think that worked, because I think now he has to deal with a pretty big threat on his queen. And now we just jump in here. And again, he has to move the queen. Right? Like, is this too ambitious? Oh, but now he has the b2 pawn. But that's always risky. Oh, that doesn't work because then I'm getting in. Then I'm getting in, I think. I don't want to give away too much. We're on a minute delay, but I'm gonna try to like be a little bit sneakier about my strategy. I don't want to give too much away right away. As much as I want to stream and talk about strategy, we can talk about it after too. After the move, right? Yeah. So the queen's under threat. He should see that. I don't think that's an issue. But let's see if he or she does the right thing with the queen. Okay, I think that was a smart play, right? Get the queen protecting that move. That's logical. Now I need to deal with an unprotected knight. So I don't have like an easy way to protect it. I think I just have to bring it back. I mean, it could go here to b4, but then you can just kick it with a pawn, but maybe I don't mind that actually. Yeah, let's try that. I think that's going to be okay. We do want to start thinking about how to get developed here. It's going to be important, obviously, and see how we can yeah, just get some pieces out because we're kind of tangled here a little bit with our. This knight's kind of in the way. So I think I'm going to move it, and the only concern, I mean, I could go to g3. No, I think this is okay. I mean, he can definitely like attack it with a pawn if he really wants, but then we always have d3. So I think I'm okay with this move. Oh, except that now this bishop is kind of stuck because it can't, because of this pawn on d4. The bishop can't really go anywhere except back one square, which isn't ideal. So we probably need to reposition the knight even again. We'll see. He does get castled. Well, it's kind of slow, but I kind of want to just bishop to e2 castle kind of thing and just not try to do too much here. of get untangled here, get castled, and then see what kind of threats we might be able to find here. There's always the temptation to okay, let's unpin that bishop. We have it protected twice. Yeah, there's always a temptation to bring this rook up, but I don't know if that's really going to be a wise choice. Okay, he's offering the knight trade. And actually, does it lose a pawn? Does that lose a pawn? I think it loses a pawn. I don't know if it's a... No, it does not lose a pawn because he's got the bishop protecting. So it does not lose a pawn. It just would be a trade that would... Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it does lose a pawn. Wait. Because I have a bishop protecting as well. Right? Like, and he's queen's attack now, so he's kind of forced into it a little bit, I think. I mean, he can move the queen, obviously, but then... I think I just win a pawn here, right? I'm just making this up. Gotta be a little careful, but... Okay, jumps in with the knight. Let's see if there's a... What threat? Do we have like a real threat? I mean, I see how the... You know, we have this we got to be a little bit careful about. If this pawn moves, so like we got to kind of keep an eye on that. I don't think I have any problem with trading. Is there anywhere else that this knight can go? I mean, when we don't want to... Oh, this is an unprotected rook, by the way. Just low-key unprotected rook here. So I think we'll pin this knight to this rook here and see if that is going to be useful. Because yeah, I think that makes sense. I think I like this. I feel like I'm playing reasonably well today, at least for the moment. So we'll see. Hopefully we can, have a Good stream. Okay, the bishop comes out that direction. But now we just bring the pawn up, right? And I'm not too sure how he gets the... I mean, I guess he can't... Oh, wait. No, we don't want to do that because then he could just discover. That's a discovered check. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Hmm. Okay, and that does protect his rook. You know, I think this is actually pretty safe now. Oh, and that this feels risky, but I think it's fine. I think we're forcing the queen to... Can the queen continue to protect that bishop? Don't know that it can. Does it lose a bishop? I think he lost a bishop. We'll see. I don't think if there's any other... Does he have any other threats on my queen? Or... I mean, I guess he could... Well, I don't know. Let's see what he does. I said I don't want to give too much away, but let's see what he does. Yeah, there might be some... there might be some options here, but I have to... see here. Let's give it a good long hard think here. I guess he's gonna a little bit of a tough spot here. I don't know if anyone sees anything. Let me know. Oh. Just giving it a good long hard think. And yeah, maybe this is a little bit long time control for this stream, but it's really helping me focus a little better than trying to play 10 or even like 5-minute type controls, which they just seem to go so fast. I mean, at this level, I just want to be able to have time to think about what I'm doing. And okay, so that was one of the ideas I had, which was, yeah, he can threaten the bishop so that So now the question is, I can just trade. I mean, obviously we're ahead, so trading should be fine. But I had other ideas, maybe like if we got the knight here, we're threatening the queen again. But I don't know if we're really getting in anywhere too good here. Like, I don't know. Is this too tricky? Should we just go for like the easy trade? Maybe. Oh wait, but then if no, okay, that didn't work. I thought maybe. We also have the B2 pawn unprotected here, so we do have to be a little bit careful. Yeah, probably the trade is just the like principled play, right? Just the simple obvious move is to trade and not. And we could move the queen up to here, but then oh, okay, so if I move the queen here, I actually have some threats, right? Yeah, let's go here. I have an interesting idea here. Let's see if it works. Because he's going to want to move, probably going to want to move that knight and reveal an attack with the rook, I would think. He doesn't have a check, right? So let's see if he does that, because I have an interesting idea but I don't know. I don't know. Got one other viewer on with me here. What do you think? Or are you the guy I'm playing against? I'm always curious how often people click to, because I have it enabled where people who play me can see that I can click to watch, which some people might say is not a great idea, but I really just want anybody to watch. So this was the move I was talking about. So now I think I have a forced checkmate with a queen sack. I believe, and I got to look at this and make sure, but I think if I go here, he has to take with the rook, and then I bring the other rook, and it's a back rank mate, right? Because nothing will be able to get in the way. There's nothing to block. There's nothing to block, right? Like I'm just winning this right now with a back rank mate, right? Like that's just a win. Just make sure I didn't like miss something silly, but yeah, I think that is a queen sack for the win, guys. I'm pretty happy about it. Pretty happy I saw that. And yeah, I just think that was I kind of baited him into that. I think it was, the obvious move was to reveal the attack on the queen, but not he needed to realize that he did not have any room for his king. And I believe this is a mate. Right? Yep. Did it, guys. We sacked the queen. It's not as fun as sacking the rook. Should be more fun, but I think just because of Gotham, we gotta chat. Good game. You too. Good game. Let's take a look at that game review. I'm curious about that one. I think that was a pretty well played game. And 77% accuracy at this level. I'm happy with it. 2 great moves. I'm sure, obviously, that queen sack was one of them. So we played that book. Okay, so we didn't develop quite right. That wasn't right. I guess we're fine there to just kick the bishop then. Now we do kick the bishop. That works, and then, yeah, we make the right decision. Oh, we can block with the... Okay, we can just protect with the rook, apparently. That's apparently the best move, although, like I said, we're not Stockfish. We're a 3 elo, so we got a 3-digit elo, so we got to be a little bit careful about how much we trust the old Stockfish there, but not trust, just that we try to, we can't always see the things that Stockfish sees, not even GMs can sometimes. So for us to kind of assume that the best Stockfish move is the best move at our level is not, I don't think always accurate. So that was a decent idea. That was a mistake. What was he supposed to do there? That was obviously a blunder. But he can do this. I see. And okay, so he did have that because that protects. We're still winning, but that protects this spot. So by moving the rook the wrong direction, he immediately loses the game. That obviously was a great, quote unquote, great move, in that it was a sack that worked, and we get the win. All right. Not bad, guys. Not bad at all. Okay, well, I think, did we lose a game tonight? Wait, I gotta look. Did we even lose a game tonight? I feel like we haven't lost a game yet. Am I wrong? We did not lose a game. How many in a row was that tonight? That is 4 in a row. Which, it's been a while since I've had even like 2 in a row, it feels like. So I'm pretty happy with that little 4-game session. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it for tonight, and hopefully be back on tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the chess. Have a good night, and we will talk to you tomorrow.